Hello, how are you doing today? For those who do not know, my name is Adriel, and today we are doing a video on my evening skincare routine. I already did a video on my daytime skincare routine, so definitely make sure you go check that out after looking at this one. This one is obviously though going to be focused on my evening routine. It is 8:50 in Paris, which means the sun is going to set in about 40 minutes, so I basically have 40 minutes to finish this video. Let's do it. Let's start with a couple basics about my evening skincare routine. First and foremost, I do skincare cycling with my serums, just like I do with my daytime routine. I just alternate serums different nights of the week. This is because I don't want my skin to get too used to anything, but also there are certain products that target certain things, and so you do have to have a bit of variety in the skincare routine. Every single night, I like to start my routine by cleansing my face. I cleanse first with this Caudalie oil cleanser. It removes makeup and whatnot. I really like this. I think though it's not the best, I'll be frank, I don't think it's the best at removing makeup. So if you have like a micellar water, use that first and then do this and you'll get the results you're looking for. Then I follow with a water-based cleanser. I have oily combination skin, as I mentioned in my last video. So because of that, I like to start with an oil cleanser, get off all dirt, oil, etc. And then I go in with, right now, I am using this Elemis Pro Collagen Cleansing Balm. I really like this, and I believe that this is now going to be my new staple cleanser. I have been looking for a new kind of staple cleanser to use every single night, and I believe I'm going to be sticking with this one. Just so you can see the formula a bit. It has this really nice creamy formula that I like, and it smells wonderful, and the bottle has lasted a really long time, and it gets your skin super clean, so I really like that. After cleansing my skin, I of course follow with the toner. My first toner is this Caudalie Vino Clean Toner. I use this day and night. But then also at night, I follow with this Elemis Pro Collagen Toning Mist. I really like this because it is incredibly hydrating. So if you have dry skin, this is something you'll really like. If you even have though like oily combination skin like I do, you're still gonna like it. It's not really heavy. I wanna note a couple final things about my skincare routine. Right now, I'm dealing with a tiny bit of a breakout right here. This one, although I did not pop it, I used the extractor tool. I still left a scar. So hopefully I'm applying little products to that to treat that every single day and night. And then this one is just a small underneath the skin. What I have been doing is every single night I rub it with an ice cube, and that is what's helping this one to go down. It's just, I don't know what's happened. It's like not full of like gunky stuff. So the way that my skincare cycling works, I use two main serums. I use one hyaluronic acid serum. Particularly, I use this Barbara Sturm Darker Skin Hyaluronic Acid Serum. I really like this. I'm seeing really great results by adding this to my routine, and I really appreciate the fact that they have a formula that they have specifically developed for darker skin tones, so I appreciate that. The second product in my skincare cycling is an alpha hydroxy acid, and that is mandelic acid. Mandelic acid is what works for me, and it works for my skin. You should figure out what works best for you. For example, lactic acid, too much for my skin. Can't use it on my skin. My skin totally freaks out when I use lactic acid. Mandelic acid, perfectly fine. This is something that's good if you have oily skin, oily combination skin. This is my first time using the Ordinary brand. Normally, I use a brand that is made by Face Theory. I'm not entirely certain if I will go back to the Face Theory brand after this. Part of the thing is I'm just a little surprised that even in applying this to my face overnight, it didn't like go in there and knock out my pimple, which kind of surprised me. Now, a couple nights a week, I also usually use this oil serum by the brand Eau de Cite. I really like this serum because it prevents me from getting blackheads. To break it down for you, twice a week, I use the hyaluronic acid. Twice a week, I use the mandelic acid, and then twice a week, I use Eau de Cite. So you might be saying, what do I use for the last night? So for the last night, I have a particular combo that I really love to use. Once a week or twice a week, I will really focus on using a mask. And right now, I'm using my BioEffect serum, and I'm combining it with my BioEffect mask. I really like these two, like my skin like really loves them. So they actually advise you to help make the serum even more effective, they advise you to use it with the mask. 100%, I think it really does. The serum alone is effective, but it definitely like heightens it with the mask. So I make sure to use this combo at least once a week. So with that said, let's do tonight's nighttime routine. Tonight's nighttime routine is going to involve our hyaluronic acid because yesterday we did our mandelic acid. So let's start. I start off, my face is cleansed and first toner, ooh, almost dropped that. First toner is in. So I'm gonna follow now with my second, which is the Olympus. This smells wonderful. Let's do this. So a little on this side, a drop here, I do a drop on the other cheek, protect the eyes, a drop on the forehead, and I make sure all of that gets on the nose, obviously, and then I get a good drop on the neck because of course you don't want to miss the neck. I think ultimately I end up using like half a pipette to do my whole face. And then because I like acid, water, we want it to absorb moisture into the skin, and the way that happens is by having moisture on the skin. I'm gonna follow with a little spray. So now I'm gonna wait a minute, giving this all a second to absorb before I move on to my next stage, which is going to be my eye serum, then my moisturizer, and then finally a little bit of oil. So normally I use a different eye serum between day and night. Usually this is what I use. It's this Eau de Cité eye serum. Y'all, I love this stuff. I have been using this for years. I love it. And it comes in this roller formula, so you just roll it right under the eyes. It's legit. However, unfortunately, it's empty. And I currently have this. And I have been trying this. I was sent this by Typology. It is their, it's in French, so I'm trying to read it real quickly in English. It's their eye cream for fine lines and wrinkles. I do actually like this. I have enjoyed using this product. Will I repurchase it over this? No. This is a winner, always. I just do a little bit, that much. Tap, 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 tap. Always we tap. And I don't care if it doesn't all rub in because I know that it's going to absorb in, so that's why I also don't use a ton. Now before I put on my moisturizer, I do one more spray. These are light sprays, y'all. This is not heavy, okay? Then I'm going to do my moisturizer. So I keep my moisturizer and I keep my Gua Sha and my eye creams all in my little beauty refrigerator, and I have that sitting right next to me over here. So I use a different moisturizer in the evening than I do the daytime. In the daytime, I tend to use Caudalie a lot. I really like the Caudalie products. They're great. During the summer and winter, I also use slightly different products. So I noted in my daytime video that I use a different Caudalie between the summer and winter because, frankly, conditions are different. Something that I have used for years and I'm continuing to use is this Typology 9 Face Moisturizer. A couple other moisturizers that I've really enjoyed that I was using at night and I think I will actually repurchase is a moisturizer from the brand Calcium, and I really like their restorative moisturizer. I may also try something from Olympus because I like the cleanser and I like the toner, so why shouldn't I also try the moisturizer? I did used to use that brand while I was in the US anyway. So, as you see, when it comes to applying it, I do 2 of about this size. So I've already have it on my cheeks. I do it on my neck, on my face, on my nose, my forehead, all over. Always swipe up and out. Voila. So as you know, in the daytime I do a little bit of Gua Sha. I also do a little bit at night. So I'm just gonna really make sure the moisturizer was absorbed. And because I keep all of these in my beauty refrigerator, they're nice and cooling on the face. Voila. Okay, our final product is rosehip oil. I have been using this rosehip oil for years. I love it. I think it's great. I think it's wonderful. I notice a difference when I'm not using it. So I just use it. I fill it about this much, maybe a quarter of a pipette. I may be saying that word in French. I'm sorry if I am. And I just do 3 drops. Rub. And 3 drops is enough for my face and neck. As you see, I press into the skin. One of the things that I always thought was that because my skin was oily, I should not use oil. And then a really lovely lady at the makeup counter in Macy's was like, listen, you need to be using some oil because it's actually going to help control the oil on your face. And that lovely lady was right. So this is why I strongly recommend adding an oil to your skincare routine, particularly if you have oily combination skin, but you have to add the right oil because some oils will make your skin like more clogged and kind of really, if you have oily skin, it'll cause it to freak out, whereas other oils are really, really great for oily skin. If you have oily skin, one oil that is very good for our skin is safflower oil. It works wonders for oily combination skin. I promise you that. I used to buy it off the internet from this place that sold it organic and had all these it was made by like these local, like it was legit, like very local, like it wasn't a big business operation. And yes, that oil is 100% fabulous. So now that I have put on our oil, we're going to do the final part and step of the routine. So I use this, a roller, because I just really want to make sure that I've made sure all product is absorbed really well, but then also it cools your face, and especially because I have these 2 little breakouts here, it's like nice cooling to help with addressing that. And then under the eye with the little one. And voila! My evening skincare routine all done in under 40 minutes. I still got a little bit of sunlight left. Woohoo me. Feel free to let me know if you have any questions. I will link everything, of course, in the description box, so you'll be able to have all of the products and information. And yes, this is my routine. Is it incredibly complicated? Frankly, no. I don't want to have a ridiculously complicated routine. It just requires a little bit of cycling of serums, but other than that, all the other base products stay the same day in and day out. It's really just different serums on different days. And if you want to know how I got to the point where I just like was able to do that, literally, I'm not like, just to be totally frank, I wrote it down. I made like a little chart in Microsoft Word and I color coded it. Like cleanser was one color, toner was another color, you know, and then I put the serum name in one color and that's it. And I did that for all 7 days so that as a result, I knew exactly what serums I would be using on which days. So please let me know if you have any questions in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. Take care, stay safe, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye!